At some point, every human heart stops. It has happened to every person who has ever lived before us, and it will happen to every one of us. But what actually happens to your body in the moments, hours and days after death? The biology is more remarkable than most people know. Clinical death begins the moment your heart stops beating. Without the heart pumping, oxygenated blood stops reaching the brain. Within 4 to 6 minutes, the brain cells begin to die. Within 10 minutes, the brain has lost the majority of its function. The person you were, your memories, your personality, your consciousness begins to dissolve at a cellular level. But death is not a single moment, it is a process. In the minutes after your heart stops, your cells don't immediately die. They continue trying to function, burning through their remaining oxygen and energy reserves. Some cells survive for hours after clinical death, which is why organ transplants are possible. Within hours, the body begins to change. Rigor mortis sets in, a stiffening of the muscles caused by chemical changes in the muscle. It begins in the face and jaw and spreads downwards through the body over several hours, reaching full stiffness around 12 hours after death before gradually releasing over the following 48. At the same time, the body begins to cool, and without the metabolic processes that generate heat, body temperature drops at a rate of roughly 1.5 degrees Celsius per hour until it reaches the temperature of the surrounding environment. Forensic scientists use this, called algor mortis, to help estimate time of death. Within 2 to 4 hours, rigor mortis begins. Gravity pulls the blood that remains in the body downwards, pulling the lowest point and creating dark purple-red discoloration. This is another tool forensic scientists use. The pattern of rigor mortis can tell them whether a body was moved after death. After the first day or two, decomposition begins in its earnest. The trillions of bacteria that live inside your digestive system, which were kept in check while you were alive, begin to consume the body from the inside. They produce gases as they work, causing the body to bloat. This stage is called putrefaction. But here is where the biology becomes genuinely remarkable. Decomposition is not destruction, it is transformation. Every molecule that makes up your body, the carbon, the nitrogen, the phosphorus, the calcium, is released back into the environment, into the soil, into the air, into the water. Those molecules are then absorbed by plants, consumed by insects, eaten by animals. The atoms that make up your body right now have been part of the countless other living things before you. Dinosaurs, ancient forests, ocean creatures, and after your death they will be part of countless more. And what of consciousness? Science is only beginning to understand what happens to awareness at the moment of death. Studies of people resuscitate after cardiac arrest have reported remarkably consistent experiences. A feeling of calm, a sense of moving towards light, sometimes vivid memories or visions. Whether these represent something beyond death or simply the brain's finite activity remains one of science's greatest unanswered questions. Some people have chosen not to accept death as final. Cryonics facilities around the world preserve bodies at extremely low temperatures after death in the hope that future technology might one day reverse the dying process. Currently, around 500 people are preserved this way, a bet on the future of science that won't be proven or disproven for decades or centuries. Every culture in human history has developed rituals around death: burial, cremation, celebration, mourning. These rituals are as old as humanity itself. The earliest evidence of deliberate burial dates back over 100,000 years, suggesting that as long as humans have existed, we have understood death and tried to give it a meaning. The philosopher Alan Watts once observed that we do not come into this world, we come out of it. Like a wave comes out of the ocean, and when the wave ends, the water doesn't disappear, it simply returns to the ocean it was always part of. Your body is borrowed, every atom in it existed long before you and will exist long after. Death is not an ending, it is a return. The universe loans you its matter for a lifetime, and when that lifetime ends, it simply takes it back to use again. The human body contains approximately 7 billion atoms. Every single one will outlast you by billions of years.